We're going to spend 2 days on files this time because the assignment for this week is a little bit more complex. So I'm going to give you the sandbox explanation now. And for sandbox 12, what we're going to be doing is actually drawing from a file. So we're going to create, or I've created a basic turtle script here that opens a file, and that file name is given here at the very bottom. It's called rectangle.txt. So I've created a function, and you can just copy this whole function in here exactly as it is to start. So I'm going to copy and paste that in, and I've got import turtle, and you can see that it takes a file name as a string, and you can see here that it uses turtle on the screen here. It opens that file, and it reads each line in that file. So for each line in the file, it will, by the way, this is a way to go through a whole file line by line. That's a great technique, very common. But it takes that file, each line of that file, and splits it into a command and a value. And then it says if the command is forward, right, left, or whatever, do that thing. It's deciding based on the file contents what to do. So what are the file contents? Well, those are right here. This is the sample file, copy. And I'm going to create a new file here, new file, and I'll call it rectangle.txt, and I'll paste that in. So that's not Python code. These are just strings, but you can kind of figure out what I'm doing here, right? Forward 100, right 90, forward 50, right 90, etc. So if I save that, and now I run this, it's going to open that rectangle text file and use the data in that file to draw a rectangle. So if I run that, there's my rectangle. So if I wanted to, I could make a triangle one. Python file, triangle.txt, and I could say forward 200, right, oh, it added pi to the end of that. I have to fix that in a second here. That's why it's underlining it, by the way. Right 60, forward 200, right 60, forward 200. Okay, so that in theory should do a triangle for me. Let's rename this to get rid of that Python extension. So there's that. And now, if I change that to triangle, it'll read from that file instead. Oh, didn't do that right, did I? My bad. What is it, 240? There we go. Math is hard, guys. I told you, math is not my thing. I love coding, and I eventually get to the right answer, but sometimes trial and error is okay, right? So it reads from that file and does a triangle for me. And that's what we're doing here. So the assignment is first get it going with the rectangle data, and then try to create a different shape with this function. And then sort of the third level challenge is add something new. Add a new command. I have forward, right, and left here. What else can you do? Do you want to add like a half circle? Do you want to add a full circle? Do you want to do something else? think of something else that you can add to the command here and then build a shape or design using that. So that is the sandbox for Module 12. The assignment for Module 12 is actually fairly involved. That'll take up most of our time for the lecture for next week because I have two different challenges that you can choose from.